Oh, it's lit. We prime time. Subscribe, like, and share. Give us your feedback. Yo, I'm Manny at the plate and Kobe off a steal. Gretzky for the goal and Brady at the wheel. I'm a game changer, the Osaka of the tennis and breaking scoreboards. Simone of the Olympics, defense and big business. The Mayweather who way better. From the greatness of Jim Brown, I've been down. Talking sports before I was off the porch. Screaming Bo knows while Jordan was playing horse. Late 80s getting torched by the drive and the shot. 2016 got a ring off the three in the block. They eased to forgot the cardiac kids. Price and Doherty, Bell in the Indian years. This who it is. Your host DeeTrynt, yo, that's a name banger. Come in the streets and talk sports with the game changer. Yo, your host DeeTrynt, that's a name banger. Come in the streets and talk sports with the game changer. DeeTrynt, Game Changer Sports Talk, InDaStreetzSportz. Man, what's really good? All right, so look, we gonna jump right to it because what I'm here for is the breaking news. Is it really breaking news? I guess it is because it finally happened. We've been waiting for it for a while. There's been all type of these speculations. Even yesterday, it was some Twitter beef between a couple of check mark NFL journalists, okay, or reporters. I don't want to disrespect them by not giving them their right title. However the case, though, today we get the announcement. Baker Mayfield is being traded to the Carolina Panthers for a 2024 conditional pick. Now, to get into more details of this deal, the conditional pick is supposed to be a 5th round that can move to a 4th round, depending on how much playing time Baker Mayfield gets. Baker Mayfield was due $18.9 million this year. That's fully guaranteed. He agreed to take off 3.5. So that brought him down to like 15.4 million. And then the Browns agreed to pay $10.5 million. So the Panthers, I almost forgot the team. The Panthers are only hooked for about $4 million. I want to say 5 million, like 4.9 or something like that. Whatever the case, though, kudos to the Browns for getting Baker Mayfield into a new team before the start of training camp. Kudos to the Carolina Panthers for feeling like, hey, if this guy can help us move the needle, we're going to acquire him to move the needle. I'm not upset that they asked the Browns to pay $10.5 million. I think the Browns are okay with paying that $10.5 million because guess what? It's a good chance Deshaun Watson is going to start week 1. But this is about Baker, all right? And he is going now to Carolina where he has to see Robbie Anderson, who, from social media perspective, didn't want him on the team. He is going to be battling, we assume, he is going to be battling or competing for that position against Sam Darnold, who was the guy who was taken 2-3 slots after him in the
Hey, bruh,
draft. So I
don't
see.
forget, he back with Hollywood Higgins. Don't forget, he
Oh,
back with Hollywood,
Rashard over
baby.
there.
Yeah, he back with Hollywood, baby. Let's go. Let's
So Miss
go.
Mabry, am
They
I
about
saying
to
that right?
act up. I'm telling
McAbry,
you right now, they about to act up.
who, Carolina?
Yep. But I'm about to finish letting you do your thing. Holla at your
Yeah.
holla at the comments. Holla at the
All right, so
comments.
I'm gonna just go with Bree because I don't want to mess up your name. So Bree says, "What's going to happen with Sam Darnold?" Well, I think they're going to compete, and may the best man win. Now Sam Darnold has been over there for a year. He's finally got, I'm assuming, some type of comfortability. With that being said, it's a good chance Baker Mayfield could beat him off of that job, and I wouldn't be surprised if he did. Um, but we shall see what happens with Sam Darnold. I guess it depends on how he performs in the preseason. As far as Cam Newton, uh, black quarterbacks get a raw deal. We don't get as and I ain't gonna say we 'cause, like, I'm a black quarterback, but black quarterbacks don't get a lot of all the tools they need as much as they give all these white quarterbacks. I don't think Cam Newton's career is completely done, but time will tell. As far as Baker over there, though, I mean, he's going from one talented team to another. I will give Carolina that. Their offense is pretty talented with Christian McCaffrey back there, DJ Moore, um, Robbie Anderson, and then they just take a receiver. They took Drake London. So, and they got Hollywood Higgins, as I just heard. So, I mean, at least it's a receiver over there that's got some familiarity with Baker. I just think Carolina is a warmer climate, and he, he in a culture that's a little more suitable for his liking. And I'll word it like that because he's in the South. And if you ever been in North Carolina or lived in Carolina, most people will tell you don't go out at night if you look a certain way. So let's see what happens. For the Browns though, damn, it's good to get that monkey off your back, boy. Woo! Listen, and Deshaun probably is going to not get any games. Um, but I'm telling y'all, I would love nothing more than to see Baker versus Deshaun week 1. I'm not going to even hold you. I would I would put my money to ensure make that happen, okay? Because to ensure that happens, let me get my verbiage right. Because I mean, that would just be so amazing. Deshaun Watson off a year of rust comes in and shows Baker Mayfield how he should have ran with the Browns. And Baker gets a fresh start, and I guess he'll get to show Cleveland what a team looks like when it's built around him as the star. Now, he is not the star on that team. Christian McCaffrey is, but Christian McCaffrey has had a lot of injury troubles, so it wouldn't shock me, if Baker was solo balling out there. But to be honest, though, this trade is still pending physical. So we're going to see how that plays out. I guess it is like official, but not etched in stone yet. Oh, so Bree says who's expected to play for in Deshaun's absence if he misses games? Jacoby Brissett. And even though a lot of people aren't too high on Jacoby Brissett, um, all shout out to the OGs of Cleveland, original OGs of Cleveland, sports minds that y'all may not be all familiar with, but I am very familiar with. And they have a saying for Jacoby Brissett this year is "Don't wreck the car." I mean, you probably couldn't get no worse quarterback play than what Baker Mayfield gave you last year. He was injured, whatever the case, but you can't get no more worse than that, hopefully. So I'm looking forward to see, if Jacoby gets a chance to play. Um, I'm looking forward to see him thrive. I mean, he has a more talented offense around him than he's ever been around. He's not asked to go in there and be the savior. He's just going in there and asked to be the facilitator, like a point guard. So as long as you can get the ball on time to your playmakers and allow them to do the scoring, I don't see how he could do bad in this role. You just have to be like your football IQ has to be at zip zilch nada for him not to thrive in Deshaun's absence, if that's the case. Uh, Cleveland, man. Cleveland, this is for you. Yes. Because, bruh, listen, this is a beautiful week for Cleveland. All right, because now we know that there's a good chance that Deshaun is not only going to get minimal games, but he could possibly get no games. And that is beautiful. The Browns were able to move off Baker Mayfield's contract and not bring him into the season as a distraction. That's beautiful. Now we get to fully see what this team looks like with a new leader who is available. We get to see what this team looks like when a quarterback actually runs the offense that the head coach has installed. We'll get to see what Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt, how they could really take over games when the opposing defense is not allowed to just stack the box all game. When they cannot just leave a receiver like Amari Cooper one-on-one all game and expect him not to do damage. When they can't, not have at least 5 DBs back there because Deshaun Watson could either run for it or throw a guy open. So I'm thrilled. And then on top of that, going into preseason right now for the Browns, all right, let's just say Deshaun Watson don't play the first preseason game. And people say, why would he not play the first preseason game? Because, bro, he done just went through all this BS. He finally got some closure on this situation. If he wanted to sit out the first game and just sit on the sideline and just see what it felt like to be on the bench. Oh, we good? Okay, my bad. To just see what it feels like to be on the bench, in that stadium, in front of that crowd. No, I wouldn't be surprised, and that would be nice because we'll get to see a full half of Jacoby Brissett in the first game. It's only, and mind you, it's only 3 preseason games. All right, so you'll get to see, Jacoby in a full half, and you'll get to see Josh Dobbs in a full half. And they'll get to play with guys who, most likely may or may not be on the team. But by the time you get to preseason game 2, which will probably be another game that Josh and Jacoby play majority of, I would expect, like I say, Deshaun may not play preseason game 1, but he'll play preseason game 2, probably the first quarter. And then preseason game 3, he might actually play like 3 quarters. And I say that because in preseason game 3, instead of having a 4th preseason game, now that week is just off. So between the last preseason game and the first game of the regular season, there's a 2-week layoff. You allow Deshaun to get his feet wet, get his football body under him by having him play, 2.5, 3 quarters of that last preseason game. Then he has a full 2 weeks to assess himself, and really get back into form. So, listen, things are looking mighty good for Cleveland, okay? The only thing I need Cleveland to do, and this is not football related, is I need them to sign Young Bull, Cavs, Kobe. I need you to sign Young Bull. You just gave Garland $193 million, bruh. I need to see Sexton with $150. All right. But if the Cavaliers are playing possum right now, it's not because they don't want to pay Colin, but they probably don't have a good idea of what Colin is worth to them on this team. So him playing for the qualifying offer, if that's what it comes down to, of $8 million at least this year, means that next offseason he's going to get really paid. And to me, that will give them the Cavs a full season to see how he meshes with the team and how much is his value as a closer. I'm going to go on record right now, like I've been saying, Colin is worth $25 to $30 million. If Anthony Simons got 25, and this is no knock on Anthony Simons, but as he is a backup, got 25 for a little glimpse of what he did, what Colin has shown over 3 out of 4 seasons is worth $30 million. If Anthony Simons is one of the bars, he's worth $30 million. And the Cavs can't afford to lose him next to Sexton. But the story of the day, football, Baker Mayfield traded to the Carolina Panthers for a 2024 conditional 5th-round pick that could turn into a 4th-round pick if Baker Mayfield plays X amount of time. Baker Mayfield. Also, like I say, Baker Mayfield took a discount, took a $3.5 million cut. Um, the Carolina Panthers are going to pay 4.9 million of the salary, and the Browns are going to pay the rest, which is 10.5. Um, thank you all for coming in. Like I say, this is just a short one, right quick. Later on, once I charge up and get finished handling my day, then we can get back into it. But I am DeeTrynt. This is Game Changer Sports Talk on Industry Sports. Please subscribe, like, and follow. You can catch us on Spotify, Anchor, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. You follow DeeTrynt or follow Industry Sports. Also, go to the Industry Sports website, check out the articles that we have, and all the daily sports update that we provide for not just for the major leagues, but for our local leagues in Cleveland and Ohio too. So it's been a pleasure, y'all. Thank y'all for subscribing. Thank y'all for being here. Please have a blessed day. Stay dangerous, and I'm gonna talk to y'all later. One.